The idea changed, now it's the nation of very many
guest of honor, you're much welcome to the Gamers.
What you see is a guest of honor, sir. People in their own village, there is by the robbers. You realize there is a road barrier. What happens next is like a struggle where the robbers have attacked the victim, they have robbed, they have removed the bag, they were surveyed, they have been surveyed by the robbers on a motorcycle. Apparently, the situation is as tense as you see. The victim now, who is one of the passengers in the vehicle, comes out to alarm, and the nearby community comes. That one is the chairperson, LC1, as one of the first responders at the scene, and the charge of the scene immediately, and ensure that there is life saved as our cardinal principle. We see a victim lying unconscious in the car, who I think will need to be helped. And at the same time, police is trying to struggle with the community, which is trying to tamper with the possible variable evidence that is at the scene of crime. It's save life, and we see our ambulance, which is supposed to evacuate the victim who was shot at by the robbers. The ambulance arrives with the medical personnel who will evacuate the victim for safety to the next service that is available. After that, the next shall be the team of investigators. is like when they arrive, they have to cordon using a cordon tape to make sure that the integrity of the scene is maintained to help see how best we can track down the suspect and most likely the whereabouts where he went. Because from the observation, the scene is still very information, and as a matter of fact, the general principles of managing a scene of crime, first of it is to ensure that the entrance into the scene is controlled by what they call a scene of crime. The dog handler and his team enter the scene of crime, and as such, they are being recorded at the entry log. After appreciating that there is a scene in the article, same article at the scene, what happens next is the dog to be introduced to it, and then see how best guide us. The evidence of the dog is virtually circumstantial that needs corroborating facts. One of which it will need to follow to track it down. After it has detected, there is another dress that they put it on after a 360 round clearing the scent to detect the scent that it is supposed to track down. The scent article, it is now leading the officer to the movement of the suspect. It will lead us up to where the loss that can be made. It is still tracking down. As meanwhile, Mr. Guest of Honor, the RDC of the area, which is Wakiso, arrives, and she too, as the boss of the district, wants to access things ahead, and some exhibits have been identified where it has. That tells you how the information that cannot be compromised. So apparently he's been arrested. You can see the public excited to make sure that they search for possible exhibit or variable evidence that is at the scene of crime. Meanwhile, after the dog, after coming it down, thanking it for the job well done, the people I see now is the OCCID and the OCCID walking around.
They are the ones that we train the dogs on to know how to detect the narcotics. So right now the dog has indicated positive. Narcotics using the certified. The dog we are seeing is the English Springer Spaniel. It was bred in Uganda, trained in Uganda. The handler has given it a command of search. It has detected a positive pipe having narcotic sample. It indicates by either barking, scratching, or lying. So now we are going to change the pipes so that they don't confound. You don't want it to run one position. The handler has given it command and is searching one by one. Like I said, when it gets to the positive pipe, it indicates by barking, giving it an alert. So now, we are going to switch, and some of them are drug traffickers. So those are trained also to detect explosives, narcotics in being consumed in bags. So you have seen it as phone, the positive and striking. Till now 1 year on, deep training in Uganda. He's searching.
Come on. Beautiful boy. Wow.
Yes, now once he gets the person pipe, the handler brings the zip.
Beautiful boy.
That is why we will get put on for this road. Next is explosive detection. Now after the dog.
The directing staff, and then the course participants. Afande, we are very humbled that this evening you have spared time to come and officiate at the closing of this course. But I'll say one or two things before I invite you from the IGP. One, as we have said time and again, we have 5 strategic priorities that define our work, as the IGP has consistently guided us to reform CRD. And what has been demonstrated this last 1 month is basically the first one, which is mindset change. Father, I want to thank you for the IGP. It was not easy putting off such a course without the necessary resources. And by extension, I want to thank Buubuno and your colleagues by extension for coming. The starting was a bit tough. Remember when we first came here with IGP, we were not very happy with the environment. I remember Father IGP saying, I don't like my officer being in such environment. Father, I want to thank you sincerely, because after 1 month, we have seen a gradual change in this facility, and we believe the next cohorts will find it much easier as we continue to build for a better police. Now, back on the line, it becomes very clear to place the right people in the right jobs. Afande IGP, through you, I want to thank you that we are working on this. We have trained, we have taught, trained, now we are going to try to align, place the right people in the right jobs, and when we achieve that, then we shall struggle with the tools, which is our third area. I was very happy with the demonstration you put up. Even when there are a few things we shall improve, but you really made us proud. David, you will realize that CID and forensics and this entire team you see here are a very strong pillar in the entire policing system. Now, one of the gaps we had, and even if by the way we don't give them certificates for completion, I was telling my brother who director CT, that even bringing them together for 1 month to run together, share meals, it was a huge success, because one of the biggest gaps has been cohesion. You find that some of them were the same intake but had not met anywhere for very many years. So even by bringing them here together, they have really helped us to prepare, especially for the challenges which the guest of honor is in the middle of, where we are going to guarantee a safe and secure election for our people. This course was timely because we thought we should build this confusion, refine our tools, and then we can go and make sure no bad people out there, regardless of their political colors, disrupt the elections which we have already started actually, through primaries. So we look forward to you people going out there and making Uganda proud, and I believe the IGP and our political leadership will appreciate when we operate much more professionally, so that we can have a peaceful election and then the prosperity can follow. Now the fourth, sir, has been a struggle on the working environment, and I want to say, sir, this afternoon we had the privilege to have a 2-hour session with the Inspector General of Police. Much of the challenges there, right from the dressing, the promotion, the mobility, the working environment, there is a lot of movement in each of those areas. While we are not where we want to be, but I think we have started the step as the IGP assured us this afternoon. So we want all of you to be patient as our officers out there on the front line and keep working and keep the faith so that in those good times our leaders are planning for and find us. The last area I find that we can continue to emphasize is the stakeholder engagement. None of us will work alone. We have just demonstrated in this 1 month that when you come here, you have a forensic, you have a Canine, you have PSU, you have, that alone shows you the strength. Now, we want you to extend this as we are doing to the DPP's offices, to the other stakeholders in the criminal justice chain, but even the wananchi. I was very happy, sir. I was also surprised. There was another DC in the demonstration. I don't know, I don't understand how there is this my sister Jen. What is that today? Amen. I find that it was so interesting to see you play all these roles. But I don't know whether I requested the Honorable Minister to consider you for the next Lord to Vara district. So well that you feel like she was actually a Vara district. With all that power, the use, the intimidation, the beat of it. Then I would like to find the part where she started by saying, there, but to be there. You know, like, you really saw a typical politician. So, but the point I'm making is, we cannot do CID work or police work if we are not going to work with other stakeholders. When we build those bridges, then together we shall deliver on our mandate and our leadership will be proud of us. With those remarks, I want
Our guest of honor this evening, General David Muhoozi, the Minister of State for Internal Affairs, the directors present, senior officers present, the directing staff, the participants, cross participants, members of the fourth estate present, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, allow me, sir, to thank you for having saved some time out of your busy schedule to come and be with us and pass out these colleagues before you, sir. We don't take it for granted. We are clearly aware, more especially a few days this week and last week, you have been very busy, but you still saved us some time to come and be with us. Also allow me, sir, to thank you for passing out our PPCs in Cavalier. Just as I said from the beginning, we don't take it for granted, but we also feel honored to have you as our chief guest. Sir, I have a prepared speech here, but you'll allow me to jump here and there, but in an effort of saving time, but also not losing what I planned to share with you and the officers here present. I would like to mention that this course is helping us to focus on the complex and fast-evolving crime landscape. The criminal activities are becoming increasingly sophisticated with advancement in technology, and therefore improving on our skills is not an option. Honorable Minister, sir, this training brought together officers from CID, the Forensic Directorate, Canine, and PSU. The desired end state is to have an integrated approach to scenes of crime management. Without doubt, the synergy between these four categories, I'm very sure, has been achieved, and they are not going to leave the way they came. As you are aware, sir, in order to enhance investigative competencies, the Uganda Police Force is in the process of leveraging on advanced analysis tools or analytical tools for video evidence gathering, artificial intelligence, and I would like also to report, sir, we are in the process of pushing forward phase 3 of the CCTV project. And therefore, this training again fits well into this matrix. On the other hand, your Honorable Minister, the country is gearing towards the political party primaries, which are already, they are already taking place, and the campaigns, and eventually the general elections. This course fits very well, and we are sure it has improved our officers in as far as managing the forthcoming exercises are concerned. Honorable Minister, sir, on another good note, I'm happy to report to you that we are recruiting 10,000 probational police constables who are expected to report to the training schools of Kabarye, Olirim, and Ikafe early June 2025 this year. With these numbers, sir, plus the force enablers and our integration of our efforts, there is no task that we are going to fail to deliver. I take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, thank you, sir, and also thank His Excellency the President for the continued support you have kept on giving us, including guiding us on all the activities that we carry out. We are consciously aware of the programs of government. For example, the parish development model, the national development program, and all other projects which are an aspiration, which form the aspirations of the people of Uganda, and we are aware that our role is very critical into achieving these programs. And I'm very sure, Honorable Minister, sir, this is an extra energy to the programs of the country. Chief guest, sir, this training was not only about acquiring technical skills, it was also about strengthening our ideological clarity. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda is very deliberate on the need for patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. And this we have managed to attain. We have talked about it. These officers have managed to discuss this and internalize so that we can perform better. I would like to affirm and confirm to you, sir, that we are very prepared to deliver the forthcoming general elections with all the processes that precedes the elections. All our minds are set towards that, and we would like to thank you again for enabling us to get extra force enablers. Others are still work in progress, but we are sure by the time we reach the critical time, everything will be in place, including the preparedness of the human resource, the personnel. We thank you for that.
Maiden visit to Chikandwa, and I want to comment. My first observation was they are still modest environments for purposes of training, still work in progress. But what is apparent when IGP and team is the will to conquer, the will to make do with whatever modest environment you have to train people. And I want to commend you and to commend the course participants. This is a good in-service orientation course. One of the biggest challenges in the administration of justice, especially criminal justice system, is case backlog. And the drivers of efficiency, of better effect in investigations have a thing to do with either case mortality, being hasted, or being prevented. Most of the cases, even very good cases, are still born because of poor investigations. So I'm glad that the leadership of the police has seen it fit to put you together, to converge, to scratch your heads, to reflect, to have moments like this, and then to put at play the different capabilities that make for effective investigations. Hongera sana. Because alone, you can't succeed. Understanding that you are more effective with Canine, with forensics, with PSU, with what is the other force element that was here? Forensics, PSU, Canine, and CID. It's very, very important. Where I trade, or I used to trade, that's what the president used to call to eat food without sauce. The Baganda call it amaluma. Who is a Muganda here? Amaluma or okunyata. So that's why he would say each of these arms should work together to give better effect. And that's what your leaders have organized you here for, to put together all the elements that fit into more effective investigation, so that you know how all this brings together better effect. You are more meaningful with the man and skill next to you. Crime is evolving fast. You need to cope with matching speed. You have no choice. The criminal is getting smarter by the day. So you can't afford, including the use of technology, IT. The other day, you know what happened to our money in Bank of Uganda. Some wizard sat somewhere and
money grew legs and running. So you need to be as innovative as the criminal, as CID officers, and as the other skill sets that feed into more effective investigations. So you need to have a comprehensive mindset to understand that you are working in an effects-based end state environment. If you have no effect, then your pay grade is being spent on effect. I want to thank you for the simulation and exhibitions. There was a lot of realism. Apart from the RDC, there was that man with a bottle. I think he's an actor, other than being a policeman. That's right. And then the elephant in the room. Also, I see in the course curricula, you touched on leadership, you touched on ideology. What are you for? What are you for? Police is not an end, or police work is not an end in itself. You are there for a purpose. To ensure a peaceful, stable, prosperous country. That is the end state we all desire. So you are there for a purpose. And coming here and understanding the big picture of what you are for is also very, very important in your work. We commend the leadership of the police force. We want to thank our Commander-in-Chief, and also through him, the senior minister who has not been able to come today. I left him at Parliament, but he delegated me. And I want to relay additional regards from the President, that addition to that of the RDC.